Hello, hello, hello. Hey, it's Jaded Gamer here. And we're back with Gran Turismo Sport. It's the FIA races. Pressed the wrong button there. It was the FIA races from last week. The new set comes on tomorrow. So this race was at Blue Moon Speedway, and it was my first ever oval race on the FIA or online at all. Even though I've been playing the game for 3 years, the oval racing's never appealed to me, but I had to do it for the FIA Manufacturer Series. So I'm in the Toyota in the GR Supra Racing Concept for 2018 model. Now I qualified 19th. I had a horrific qualifying session, but I was on the hard tyres, and the actual time between the cars is hardly anything, right from first to last. So this was an interesting race. Anyway, I hope you're keeping safe and well, as we have the obligatory long intro. GT Sport's been really good fun again recently, getting into the slightly higher lobbies and having some better races now. I've still got a long way to go to catch up to where I actually want to be, but yeah, it's going quite well. I hope everyone's safe and well, you're all looking after each other. As we, across Europe, appear to be going into a new state of lockdown over the festive period. Whatever your opinions are on that. But yeah, so it looks as though it's going to be a very quiet Christmas and New Year, but I'm sure we'll get back to normal soon enough. Vaccines popping up all over the place at the moment. Anyway, enough about that. This was weird. So I've had a really bad qualifying session. Like I say, I've done a little bit of practice. There's not a lot of margin for error, especially when you're actually in the race, but I managed to nail down a pretty consistent lap time. It wasn't as fast as I'd seen some of the other guys doing online, but you know, my first time doing an oval, so I just decided to try my best, and if I had to do 2 or 3 races, I would. I only took one shot at this. I wouldn't say I left with my tail between my legs, but considering I qualified 19th here, it wasn't going to get much better for me. So there I am, 19th in the Supra. There's a nice off-white, is it a 911 RSR? Right, so as usual, I am using the Logitech G29 driving force with the Wheel Stand Pro and a comfy chair for all my videos. The live streams haven't been working that well recently. I know this is one, but the quality of the video tends to be a little bit better when I do a live stream on the replay. Plus the camera is pretty cool. Now he bends it right at the start, straight into the wall. And he does it again, so I don't know what happened there. I don't know if we had a disconnect. We've still got 20 cars on the track. So this is 25 laps. So my strategy, as ever, go as far as I can on the hards and see what happens after that. Now, even though it's 25 laps, I didn't want to do more than one pit stop. I didn't think I had to, because really the laps are pretty short. There's not a lot of not really that much tyre wear, and there is on the outside right, but apart from that it was pretty okay. Braking performance was fine all the way through. So I am the second highest rated driver in this room, so I was a bit miffed at being qualifying 19th, but like I say, the margins are pretty small. So at this point I'm in for the long haul, and there's my first lap times, 57.5 seconds. So 25 laps seems like a lot, but it's really, really a fast race. Good times in the low 40s, the high 30s. I'm getting bashed about a little bit there, but I'm trying not to get too rough around the edges. Because the FIA races, I don't want to sit plugging away all day if I don't have to. And really, the practice on this track was difficult because it's basically 3 turns. So I did about 45 minutes to an hour. And then I canned the practice because I wanted to practice for the next FIA race. Highlights are on their way. That was an interesting Saturday afternoon. But anyway, back to this race. So we're in the GR Racing Supra. Now we're stuck with this group here, unfortunately. And you can see, if you can see the mini-map on the top right hand corner, the pack's broken up into 3 groups with a couple of cars at the back. So there's actually 4 groups. It looks like the lead car's on his own. Well, the lead car's well on his own. Oh, that's last place, I suppose. So anyway, here we go. I'm just trying to keep it as clean as I can. Keep the speed up, keep the momentum, especially in the last turn. So you can see we've done a 44 and a 45. Got a lot of laps to go though. We've got a penalty sitting behind us, but he absolutely launches it into that corner really deep. I'm trying to take an outside line and avoid the accident that I thought was going to happen there. Plus he's now got a penalty, so we just break away from that now. I think he's still in the tow. And again, I've got the Hyundai here. I'm trying not to nudge him. Having to duck out the slipstream. I know it looks aggressive, but there was no way I was going to overtake him there. But I had to duck out the slipstream and I was going to make contact when he put the brakes on. So we'll change the view. Now I like how the Supra on the dash has actually got a rear camera. You can see that in the dashboard on the right hand side there. This is a left hand drive driver's view. Now it is a concept car. I love the way they do the interior. You can see the weld lines and everything in there. You can hear the tyres squealing away. So at this point, trying to get in the slipstream. We'll have a look behind us. So we're doing well that way. Not got any problems behind us. And with the penalties, we're just wanting to see how this works out. So not too bad for us there. See behind us, he might still be in the slipstream. And we're up to 16th now from 19th. Touch the wall there, but still in the slipstream. Just need to keep the speed up as high as I can without doing what he just did, a 1.5-second penalty for hitting the wall. So it can be really cruel. Again, just trying to get a consistent line around this corner. You see my laps are starting to come all into the low 44s now. And have we got company behind us? No, so we're safe. So now we're chasing these two. They're having a bit of an argument. And this guy in the McLaren was a little bit irritating. Possibly more because it's so efficient in the air. As soon as it gets slipstream, it's just so hard to overtake. You see the gold in the engine bay as you come up to it, actually, which I never noticed before until I'm watching it right now. So he's come out of the pits, and the McLaren just did not know where to go. We've got the, was it an RS8 sitting on the outside there. There was a little bit of contact, but we're okay. That's in the Audi. So again, the McLaren here is getting a little bit physical. And you can see from my tyre wear there in the bottom left, it's absolutely fine. I have no problems there, no worries about my tyres. And I've done 9 laps. So I'm trying to work out how long the medium tyres are going to last me for. The McLaren cuts in a little bit there. I'm not going to challenge him. He's got a 2-second penalty coming up. I wasn't going to make any contact with him there. There was no point. So we're going to try and deal with the Audi. I don't think he liked me ducking in there, but I did have the corner and I had the momentum to get through. So he's actually kind of gifted it to me. And then launches it up the inside, which was quite a dangerous move. And I just avoid making contact, but it kind of breaks the effectiveness of the slipstream. So I'm leaving him some space, and he flashes the lights at me and ducks on the inside again. I've still got better speed coming out the corner. Well, I did have. So I get a little bit of toe off him as I pass across the rear, just so I can keep up with him. Take a wider line round the corner so I can come in tight here, because I know he's going to go out wide. And then he cuts in so dramatically there. I lose a little bit more speed than I would have liked to at that point. And then I get back in the slipstream. So we're up to 9th from 19th. Obviously the pit stops have kicked in. This is a really awkward line he's taking with me. I just put the brakes on and let them get on with it. That's a BMW coming out the pits. I'm not sure if it's the same one, but now he's got a 2-second penalty. No problems behind us at the moment. Getting caught a little, but you know, wondering how long I can keep these hard tyres going for. I've done 12 laps out of 25. We're almost halfway through the race. And again, because I did this off the hoof sort of thing, I was just trying to work out as I'm going round how long the medium tyres should last for. I figured they should last at least half the time that the hard tyres do. And the Audi goes in. So we get promoted up to 8th place. And we'll go back to the replay cam. It's a little bit easier on the ears. And it's been a pretty busy week at work recently. And a busy weekend, so I haven't had a lot of time to do any extra videos for the channel. Oh, listen to that. But we are going to do some more videos for the channel. There'll be quite a lot of content. With the new lockdown, there'll be a lot of content coming between Christmas and New Year. I hope you've all got some plans in place and you can make the most of your opportunities. Let's have a little drink. So the Supra boys are on a charge here. So I'm not going to fight this guy. This is a manufacturer series after all. He appears to have a little bit of pace on me. He may have already changed his tyres. My lap times have come down to a very low 45. But yeah, I'm quite happy to let this guy through. I'm just tucking in and getting the slipstream, so that I don't get dragged into the gentleman behind us. We've got 2 BMWs trying to get the slipstream. So sitting in 8th now after starting in 19th. And at this point in the race I've got the impression that basically everyone's already changed their tyres. And as much as my pace isn't quite what it was at the start of the race, I'm not thinking about changing them yet. Slightly overemphasised tyre wear on the outside right. But I've only done 15 laps. I'm not really thinking that the medium tyres can do 10 laps. Now I tried to kind of let them pass there and I got bashed around a little bit. There's a 3-second penalty for the basher. So down to 10th. But again, I'm kind of thinking I'm just playing my own race here. Glowing brake discs now. And we'll just try and keep the slipstream from the cars in front and try and fight off the RS01 behind us. Now that was a penalty, so we go up into 9th. It's a pretty clean race from me so far, considering it's my first oval race. And we're still sitting 10 positions up from our starting position. There's a bit of contact with the wall there from the BMW in front, which helps to get me closer to him. And again, another low 45, and the RS01's trying it on the inside. He kind of gets a good line. I'm being a little bit more conservative now because I can see the tyre wear on the right hand side of the car, basically. Also worth pointing out, we've got just over a quarter tank of fuel left, but we have done 17 laps out of 25. And again, I'll find out when I go into the pits. So we go for it now. The end of lap 17. And the Toyota lads got on a new Michelin, set of Michelins for me, nice racing mediums. No fuel required, and off we go. And we're back behind the Audi. So race on now. I know his tyres are older than mine. He might even be going into the pits again. But I'm definitely not. Now he is going to be difficult to get past, I already know that from earlier on in the race. So let's have a little look close up. We're almost neck and neck coming over the line there. And we'll see the difference in my lap times just now. So he manages to cut right across the front of me. And I get a much better speed coming out of there. But again, I know he's going to defend it really aggressively. So I'm just going to keep my options open. And go to the outside, because that's my preference if I'm going to be alongside someone. On this corner anyway. And again, he's going to cut in nice and really, really deep. But I'm going to keep the corner a lot better. He comes spiralling out of that. And we say goodbye to the Audi really much quicker than we thought it was going to happen. So we're sitting in 14th. After starting in 19th, all the pit stops are taken care of now for me. And this is in the highest lobbies that I've been in since the start of my new quest. And who knew oval racing was actually kind of good fun? I mean, there's an awful lot of slipstream involved, obviously. But these corners are relatively tight compared to a very open oval, which does give a little bit more interest to the braking zones. So we get promoted to 13th there. I think that was a pit stop, or possibly someone dropping out of the race, because we've only got 19 cars left in the race. And we're coming up behind the McLaren again. And again, I think it's someone who's changed their tyres a lot earlier than I did. And that's someone going in for tyres now with 6 laps to go. So maybe this strategy is going to pay off. And as you can see, my lap times have come down by over a second straight away as soon as I put the medium tyres on. Now there is a low 43 in this car. I've done it in practice. Not always possible to do your top times in the race. It can depend on the circuit and who you're racing against as well. So I've got the drop on the McLaren here, and there's very little we can do about it there. He does try to dive on the inside, but I've been holding that line all day long, so I'm not letting him have it. I'm taking my own line into here. He backs off just enough to not make contact with me. I think he's realised he'd be better following me in my wake. And I just need to try and get on the back of this BMW so the next time we get on the straight, the McLaren doesn't go back past me again. So into 12th. McLaren's making a good go at it, but I've taken a wider line and kept my speed up. And 2 laps ago was my fastest lap of the race, so big difference in the medium tyres. And there we go, all of a sudden, lap 24 out of 25, we're sitting in 12th from 19th. So at this point I'm not very pleased, but it's my first oval race. But we do have a nice big penalty in front of us that's going to be redeemed very, very soon. Funnily enough, in the last lap of the race. So I don't know if this guy was trying to line me up to get the slipstream on me as much as possible. But he certainly does make a good go at it. I mean, at this point I don't really know what the point is. Totally unnecessary contact there. And he's got a 3-second penalty. I know it's quite a short race time-wise, but it's still 25 laps. And it's the FIA. Shouldn't really be driving like that. Really aggressive on the inside. I'm kind of watching because I know he's going to have to come out across me there. So he didn't really brake much when he dove into the tight in the corner. And I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. I'm getting tongue-tied. I think he was trying to hit me there, but I managed to avoid it. So with the final lap, we've done our pit stop. We didn't have to take on any fuel. We've kind of managed to do okay in our first oval race. And do we get a little bonus going over the finish line? Here we go! No, we don't. So, 11th place after starting in 19th. That was one of my highest point scoring races in the FIA. And it was my first oval race. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And you're all staying safe and well. Be excellent to each other. Have a wonderful Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever else. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.